Oh my God, you guys, grab your tea because Disney just dropped an absolute bomb and the royal drama, it's boiling over. So here's what went down. Disney's own animation execs just gave a big fat green light to something nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. The Simpsons went full savage on Meghan Markle in a way that left jaws on the floor, like not just playful teasing, we're talking meltdown in Montecito level roast.
It has been several months now since our beloved queen has died. Our Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the prince and his wife.
Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. Now I've actually heard their side of the story, I f***ing hate them.
She looked at Harry and she's like, you need to get a job. You need a job.
Reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Megan. You know, it's Megan now.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack them.
Earlier today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
I quote you here. Me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
My question is for Meghan. Meghan, besides holder of briefcase 24 on Deal or No Deal, what do you think your most impactful role was?
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me.
In a quiet little screening room in Burbank, everything seemed normal until the episode started playing. Season 38, episode Royal Pain aired, and OMG, the roast was relentless. We're talking jokes about her $30 0 jam jars, melting in the sun, screaming about privacy while craving attention. It was brutal. Mindy Kaling and the whole Simpsons team were reportedly cracking up, like legit rolling on the floor laughing, which made me laugh. On exec, he just shrugged and said, run it. That's all it took. Boom, approved.
If you haven't seen the documentary, lucky you.
You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
The second that decision got out, Montecito freaked out. Phones were ringing off the hook. Meghan's legal team went into full panic mode, calling advisors, strategists, lawyers, you name it. Disney's legal team already 10 steps ahead because, hello, satire is practically bulletproof under US law. And the general public, completely clueless that this wasn't just another silly cartoon episode. It was a calculated takedown. And oh, honey, it only got wilder from there.
Don't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy.
So get this. Within hours of the green light, Meghan's camp was blindsided. Like there were whispers floating around, sure, but no one expected a full-on roast. And when those early storyboards leaked, chaos. Someone on the inside slipped screenshots showing Margot, aka Meghan's cartoon double, literally clinging to stacks of jam jars. And boom, animation blogs, TikTok, YouTube, all of them blew up. People were breaking it down frame by frame, and the hashtag JamSlam started trending worldwide. Meghan's perfectly polished brand suddenly spiraling. Montecito went into full-on crisis hibernation. 0 product launches, no press, just silence. Behind closed doors, lawyers were combing every statute imaginable, defamation, trademarks, false light, you name it. But it all kept hitting the same wall, the First Amendment. And then the leaks didn't stop. Oh no, they poured.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
You guys, it just got messier. Disney's execs were reportedly howling. Like every joke, every jam gag, every wine dig landed so hard they couldn't contain themselves. Mindy Kaling was in stitches, and one exec, get this, literally threw up his hands and said again, run it. That sealed Meghan's fate. And the real kicker, rumors say even Bob Iger, the top guy at Disney, was like, hey, we've roasted presidents. A duchess, please. Meanwhile, Meghan's team was was tearing through legal manuals like their life depended on it. But the internet didn't wait. Merch started dropping. Duchess of Delamere shirts flew off online shelves. Twitter went into full meme frenzy. This wasn't just a risky cartoon, it was a corporate jackpot. Then, bam, global takeover. As soon as the storyboard leaks went public, the social media machine came roaring to life. Mara Margot balancing on jam jars became the moment. TikTok was on fire. YouTubers made hour-long breakdowns. Twitter threads went viral. One tweet mocking the cartoon's $30 0-cent jelly jar, it hit hundreds of thousands of likes in one day. Even late-night shows got in on it. Suddenly, people who didn't even care about royal drama became obsessed. Everyone had something to say. And back in Montecito, Meghan's PR team, horrified, like shaking in their designer boots, horrified. What started as a little cartoon jab had snowballed into a full-blown internet circus, and Disney smiling all the way to the bank. But oh honey, the fallout wasn't just digital. Okay, listen to this. Behind the scenes in Hollywood, it was like someone set off a nuclear PR alarm. Suddenly, Meghan's brand was toxic. Casting agents were whispering radioactive. Big brands hit pause. One major retailer even yanked her jam from shelves. Influencers who once begged to be part of her rose-themed rollouts vanished. It was a disaster, a PR bloodbath. Her name, the once invincible Duchess of Sussex, was now too hot to handle. Meanwhile, Disney merch was flying off the shelves like it was Black Friday. It was surreal. Montecito was in free fall, and Burbank, cha-ching. And for Meghan, it had to be soul crushing. All that carefully curated charm, all the empowerment vibes, unraveling into a punchline. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, hold on to your crown, because here comes Prince Harry. Yup, Prince Harry. Caught between being the supportive hubby and not wanting to seem like he can't take a joke, reportedly, he tried to reach out to Disney bigwigs, like a little friendly diplomacy, right? But no luck. The answer? Creative independence. No exceptions. They basically shut him down. And poor Harry, as Meghan's name lit up headlines and TikTok spirals, he was stuck watching the whole empire they built and just crumble. Legal experts warned him, suing over a cartoon? Nearly impossible. Satire is a fortress in America. Insiders say Harry looked exhausted. His military buddies whispered he seemed adrift, like totally unsure what move to make. Speak out and look humorless? Stay quiet and look weak? It was a lose-lose, and his silence only made the internet go louder. And then, oh my God, the next twist. Montecito shut down. Literally. No launches, no podcasts, no Instagram inspo posts. Meghan's team went into war room mode, dissecting every single legal option they had. Defamation lawyers, trademark attorneys, you name it, they called them. One brand campaign featuring her artisanal jam making got pulled overnight, replaced with damage control memos and panicked calls. Insiders called it a tactical pause. Meghan was rethinking everything. Could a philanthropic pivot fix this? What if she dropped the glam and leaned into real causes like women's health and advocacy? But here's the thing, the jam jokes, they weren't stopping. Every day the memes got juicier, and the public's appetite for them, insatiable. Meghan's brand was on life support, and nobody knew if this reinvention plan would be too little, too late. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. Like 10 times worse. Word on the street, Hollywood itself had iced her out. Backstage gossip was brutal. Meghan's name? Suddenly too risky. Casting agents blacklisted her. Studios shelved all Sussex-branded projects. Talent reps quietly erased her name from call sheets. Like, poof, gone. One huge retailer pulled her jam line entirely. Influencers who once fawned over her rose garden lifestyle were deleting collabs left and right. At Hollywood lunches, people were literally muttering, no one wants to touch this mess. And unless your project had a guaranteed studio backing it, Meghan Markle was off the table. Done. Meanwhile, guess who was winning? Yup. Disney. Their merch team couldn't print Duchess of Delamere tees fast enough. It was a circus, Montecito panicking, while Disney was raking it in. And for Meghan, the irony was just savage. A woman who built her empire on luxury, elegance, empowerment, now reduced to a cartoon punchline, the glamour gone, the grace fading fast. It wasn't just a PR hit, it was a branding crime scene. But oh, just wait, there was one more twist, a juicy one. So while Meghan's entire image was going up in meme-fueled flames, guess who was watching from across the Atlantic? The royals. And baby, they were loving it. Reports say folks in Kensington Palace were legit chuckling over the whole jam jar gag. One heir reportedly said it was rich in more ways than one. Savage. Even King Charles, Mr. Composed himself, was rumored to be quietly satisfied. Like, imagine decades of being dragged in the press by Team Sussex, and now a cartoon finally claps back and levels the playing field. Royal aides were whispering that Disney's takedown felt like cosmic justice, a royal roast delivered via yellow yellow animation. You can't make this up. Meanwhile, in LA, Disney was patting themselves on the back seriously. Internally, they were calling this episode their Super Bowl ad for streaming. It had everything. Drama, merch, social media buzz, and a global audience losing their minds. All they needed now, a sequel. And Montecito, still quiet, still panicking. Meghan's PR team in full DEFCON mode, two worlds clashing, one winning, one crumbling. But girl, the final twist? Phew, you're not ready. As the madness started to settle and the memes began to slow, Meghan's team made a bold play. A total 180. They weren't gonna fight the roasts head on anymore. Nope. They started plotting a philanthropic pivot, quietly, carefully. No more over-the-top glam, no more luxury branding. Instead, a leaner product lineup, more substance, more meaning, focus on women's health, advocacy, real issues. They were desperate to rewrite the narrative, and fast. Because, let's be real, if a fake jelly jar can overshadow real charity work, you've got a problem. But can this reinvention actually work? Or is the public too obsessed with the parody to care about the purpose? That's the million-dollar question. Meanwhile, back at Disney, streaming numbers were soaring. The gamble had paid off. They weren't just okay with controversy, they were thriving off it. So now I gotta ask you, was Disney totally justified in going there with the Simpsons roast? Or did they take it too far? Was Meghan a victim of media overkill or just getting a taste of her own PR medicine? Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button if you're team satire, and don't forget to subscribe because baby, the drama isn't over. Not even close. The next chapter, it's already brewing. You won't believe what happens next.